Since obviously the pandemic started last year, 2020, we have seen obviously that the consumer behavior has changed a lot. And we would like to know from you what has been these main changes in consumer behavior and how these changes have affected the hospitality industry, and especially in the Philippines.
Well, definitely the F&B industry and hospitality industry is one of the most affected by the pandemic. I mean, you cannot go out. In somehow even, also in Spain, in the Philippines as well, but in general, we felt like very bad about it because they point fingers that it was our fault. The first thing in close always it was the restaurants, it was the hotels, and then making understand to the society that the reason of the pandemic or this increasing cases could be also related to go to restaurants. I think in general that it was in the back of the mind. When the time comes, actually, it shows that the biggest or most dangerous situation, it was actually at homes. So lately, I believe slowly, people is recovering the confidence to go out. As a humans, when we have the opportunity, for sure, we will go back to the restaurants. In my personal case, I have been very creative, and we have been really looking and things in different perspectives to really evolve, and even in my case, even create new opportunities. So actually, in the last 1 year and a half pandemic, I have been able to create 2 new companies and expand in many other ways. Even some of my restaurants, we even did more revenue than before. So how can you create F&B business that will help to socialize? We all need to eat, no matter what. So having these, basic ideas, how can you evolve your business? So for me, it was clear that because we need to socialize and because we need to eat, going out might be more exclusive. For many, for more special occasions, because it's at risk. But if you do follow the protocols, if you go to a restaurant that is safe, then you can do it. But of course, maybe if I go every day, every 2 days out, maybe now I do it once every 2 weeks. When my mind really need this, freedom, to get out of this very depressive situation we were living. So having that, we start to build ourselves in that direction. First, we started with a delivery menu. Gallery by Chele is a very special place where we have a very unique personality, and we were adjusted to the Philippines where we are. So it's something in between fine dining and casual dining. Right now, things haven't changed also, and people is looking for a more fine and exclusive experience and unique experience, and they don't mind to pay a little bit more, and they don't mind to drink, a lot of wines, and have an amazing time because they need, these good times, this good experience, this journey too. So we started with the delivery with food that it was more gallery, more finance, but it's very difficult to delivery. Even it was QR codes with instructions how to cook it. The Filipino market didn't want it. They wanted, more my traditional home Spanish cooking, and it was very successful. That was the first step. Second step, build the trust and confidence through private dining. We didn't make money at all. We just, we have different rooms in the restaurant. A room that before it was for 30 people, sometimes we open for 4 people. But it was clear to me that, this is the way that people will start to go out. They might don't see anybody else around them. Then when we start to get more busy, okay, do you mind to, the big rooms? We still have small rooms for maybe couples or small groups, but for the bigger rooms, do you mind to share a the room with another table, it will be like 2 or 3 meters apart to you, and then some of them start to say yes. And from there, we create, this confidence. The place always based, in safety, follow, all the COVID protocols. People feel very comfortable, very safe here, and they felt that it was an experience. The word of mouth made the rest, and to the point that before this third wave, that it was really bad, we were doing every day fully booked, very well.
Obviously, you're sharing a lot of success stories. I would like to know, Chef Chele, how do you see the outlook of the hospitality industry? Do you think that some of these strategies or new offer will remain or will prevail in the future? What do you see in the near future happening in the hospitality industry as well?
Is telling me this is not yet end. Something still is, something still will happen. Maybe the vaccine will not work for, that longest time, or maybe new variants. I don't know. I just have, really a red flag inside me. I see this voice. I'm very intuitive person. I always follow my intuition, my voice inside me, and I still say this is not yet finished. But probably we might also need to adjust very fast. Because if we began to the normality that we used to have before, that is also dangerous. We need to think that we were living in a very unsustainable way, and that also may probably become in the situation that we have right now. So, if in somehow we go, and humans, we tend to go to one side of the coin to the other side of the coin. We usually, might be an explosion in the F&B hospitality. Everybody wants to go out. Everybody wants to travel. It will take few time, to get the trust that maybe I travel and a new wave happen. But probably maybe in 1 to 2 years, if this is happening, maybe you flip it out the other kind of the coin, and then we will need to adjust again, because whatever is working right now maybe is exactly the opposite of what the market wants. Okay, so we need to be very open, analyzing, and try to always take one step in the actions of the customer behavior.
Going a little bit to talent, to the employees or the candidates that work or want to work in the hospitality industry, I would like to know, first of all, what happened to them, and also what skills do you really think that these professionals in the hospitality industry need to be able to be successful in hospitality?
The skill I will look at, it will be someone who is very open-minded and very adjustable. So someone who is not sitting there maybe in the experience that sometimes they can have, based in someone who can adjust easy to the situation, because that is what we're going to face. Yes or yes. Try to don't see that reality and try to say, oh, this is past, or I have now the formula. No, sorry, it's no formula. So you need someone who really can come up with ideas, mostly creative. But first, I will put, someone who can adjust and adjust fast, to have the personality, the skills, and sometimes a skill can be built, but that it will learn through the process of what the company or the business need at this particular moment. Also, people who can take actions. If we learn with COVID that if we stay in one situation that we overanalyze with not taking actions, then we can die, because we cannot, make the business survive. So I think people who can understand the situation and can take actions, decisions quite fast, having the consideration that they can be a strategy. Because if we take decisions with not a final strategy, for me it was clear since the beginning that I have a strategy. I also built new business that is, for example, online. It's called Deli by Chele, and it's very successful. You ask me, I hate, buy online. but this is what's happening, and this is what I need to adjust. I need to learn. So people who is also willing to learn, okay? It's not about what you like, it's about what needs to be done.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chef Chele. It has been indeed very insightful. We want to congratulate also your group for the success, Gallery by Chele and all the team. And thank you again for participating in the masterclass with us. We are very happy to have you here, Chele.